Are there any personal goals that you're working on at the moment? Not really?
No.
Okay. Is there anything that you'd like to achieve?
Don't know.
Not sure? Okay. I suppose, is there any specific things that you'd like to get back to? Not really sure at the moment. Okay, okay. During our last conversation, we talked about some of the things that you were doing before the stroke. So your golf and your gardening and the walking down the river with your friend. Yeah. And you're, from what I can gather, you're now spending more time inside the house than you used to. Would that be right?
Yes.
So that is a big change to what you were doing before your stroke, isn't it? During this session, let's work out some distinct goals that you could perhaps work towards with things that you can perhaps start practicing at home and in therapy. Yep. And sometimes we just need to try things to see how they go. Does that sound okay?
Yes.
Okay. With regards to your golf, have you tried holding a golf club since your stroke?
No.
You feel it would be quite difficult with you? Yep. Is that something that you might be interested in working together on?
Yes.
Perhaps we could look and see if it might be possible to hold your club. Yeah.
Try.
Okay, something we could try. So maybe you could bring in your putter to therapy and some balls, and we could try that in one of the sessions. Yeah?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
And what about your gardening, Jane? Have you tried to think of any ideas about what you might like to do in the garden?
Ground.
Okay. Difficult to get
Get down.
Right.
Yes.
Okay. Perhaps over the next few weeks, rather than you coming into the centre, we could look to do a home visit and just see how feasible it is to get up and down from the ground. See how you go. And if that's still quite difficult, maybe we could consider things like raised pots or raised garden beds, or maybe some long-handled aids to see how we go with the gardening. What do you think?
Be good.
We good? Okay. Just as a task for you to do at home before your next session is, do you think you could write down some things that you might like to achieve in the garden? So have some ideas of what needs to be done, and perhaps we could work on those together.
Pruning.
Weeding, those sort of things. Yep. Okay, we'll work on that together.
Yes.
Since your stroke, are there any new things that you've been doing lately?
No.
Is there things that you didn't do before your stroke that you're perhaps doing now?
No. TV.
TV, right. I remember you mentioned a little bit previously about going to the cafe with your husband. Yeah, how often are you doing that?
Weekend.
On the weekend? Right, okay. And you mentioned that you were using the wheelchair to walk to the cafe. Do you have a concern when you're walking that you're going to fall?
No.
Not really?
Slow.
When you walk, do you get tired?
No.
Really? Okay. And what about when you go to the cafe on the weekend with your husband? Do you think you could walk from the car to the cafe instead of using the wheelchair?
Slope.
Right, okay. So there's the footpath is uneven on a slope? Okay. Okay.
Difficult.
Difficult to walk, yes. Is that something we could practice here in therapy? I'd be keen to practice walking on slopes and uneven surfaces and footpaths. Is something we could try? Okay. Do you think when you go to the cafe that you could walk part of the way? Would that be possible? Is there areas that aren't quite so slopey on the way?
Yes.
So perhaps you could tackle those areas first. Okay. Give it a go. Yeah. Do you get much time out of the house on your own?
No.
You don't go out at all on your own?
No.
No. Okay. Have you thought, Jane, other ways of getting around that you can perhaps go out by yourself or go longer distances?
How?
How? Yeah, not as yet. Okay. So you used to go along the river with your friends, quite a long walk. Have you looked at things like, say, a motorised scooter to go further?
No.
No? Haven't been broached with that before? Would it be something that you'd be interested in looking at?
Maybe.
Maybe. Perhaps again we can find out some information about motorised scooter and perhaps trial one at some stage. Yeah? Okay.
Maybe.
When you come in next week into the centre, I'm really keen to hear about what activities you've come up with that perhaps we can do in the garden together. And also perhaps that you've given it a go to walk part of the way to the cafe with your husband. How does that sound?
Okay.
Okay, give those a go.
Try.
Good, Jane. Now what we need to do is book you into some therapy sessions.